Of the united collaboration among the players, among the people present in this room. And ako'y papasalamat sa ating Provincial Science and Technology Office, sa Regional Science Technology Office, and of course sa ating national agencies, as we have supported PowerTech in the past and continuing in the present. So congratulations, Director Richard, and sa inyong equally guwapo na anak, Rajan. And we are proud of what you have achieved.
Thank you very much. And to talk about the journey, accomplishment, achievement of PowerTech, the journey of PowerTech, let us welcome Director Richard Nixon Gomez.
Magandang araw po sa lahat. Magandang araw po Secretary Sulu, kay Undersecretary Sancho Mamora, at kay Undersecretary Leia Bindia. Maraming salamat po sa ating mga regional directors at sa lahat ng ating mga magigiting ng mga bisita. Maraming salamat po for coming. Please allow us to share with you a 3-minute video. 3 minutes po ito, panoorin natin, and then maybe we can discuss a little bit after.
Hindi ko pa alam kung saan tayo bukas kasi i-text ko lang naman sila kung anong floor tayo pupunta. Okay po.
Lakasan niyo, sir.
Opo.
Ulitin niyo.
Excellence, providing livelihood to farming communities, and sustainable growth. Founded in 2017 by visionary scientist Mr. Richard Nixon Gomez, PowerTech Pharmaceutical Technologies Corporation has been in the forefront of revolutionizing the nutraceutical and pharmaceutical industry in the Philippines. Through strategic partnerships with institutions such as Sabah State University, University of Science and Technology, Mariana Marcos State University, Central Luzon State University, Department of Science and Technology, Department of Agriculture, and the Commission on Higher Education. PowerTech has spearheaded groundbreaking research and development initiatives, driving innovation and economic development. From the establishment of urban processing facilities to the development of hybrid ternary and molecular varieties to the extraction of active pharmaceutical ingredients to manufacturing and brand to distribution. PowerTech's contributions to agriculture and pharmaceuticals have been large and transformative. With a relentless focus on quality and compliance, PowerTech's state-of-the-art manufacturing facility ensures that every product meets the highest standards of safety and efficacy. With products manufactured in over 126 countries and territories, and regulatory approvals from key markets such as the Philippines, USA, and Germany. PowerTech has successfully penetrated global markets, positioning itself as a key player in pharmaceutical industry. PowerTech Pharmaceutical Technologies Corporation, where innovation meets excellence, and where the future of pharmaceuticals is shaped.
Piramdaman natin. Puro quality bukas.
Maraming salamat po sa pakikinig sa ating mixing video. First of all, gusto ko pasalamatan ang Department of Science and Technology. It has been a journey by PowerTech. Nagkaroon po tayo ng soft opening ng PowerTech noong December 2019, shortly before the pandemic. And then, the next month lang, wala na. Nagkaroon na kumalat. Actually, a few days later, kumalat na yung pandemic sa China, tumawid na hanggang sa Asia. But during that span of time, when the whole world stopped, when all the industries in the Philippines stopped, lahat buong ekonomiya ng Pilipinas ay nagsara. Yun ang panahon na nag-decision po ang PowerTech na magbubukas at magsimula ng hiring. During ECQ, nagsimula tayo magpa-hiring. Nung time na yon, walang makatravel, walang may sasakyan, bawal lahat. Ang mga aplikante natin, daan-daan naglakad papunta sa PowerTech. Dahil, bakit natin ginawa na magkaroon ng hiring, ng opening during the pandemic? Dahil sa gustuhan natin mag-provide ng meaningful income, makatulong sa community natin. And during those very trying moments, isang ehensya ng gobyerno ang katuwang ng PowerTech. And that is the Department of Science and Technology. Immediately, nag-offer ng set-up program ang Department of Science and Technology. Tinulungan tayo magkaroon ng mga laboratory equipment na makakatulong pataasin ang antas o ang level ng quality ng ating ima-manufacture. Ang PowerTech is licensed to manufacture drugs, supplements, and cosmetics. Ang mga laboratory testing equipment ay kailangan natin para mapatunayan na world-class ang ating mga produkto. Ang ating pong Department of Science and Technology supported us from the beginning at ngayon po na fully complied na natin yung Phase 1 ating setup program. Tayo'y mapalad binigyan uli ng DOST ng Phase 2 ng setup program for other laboratory testing equipments na naman. Malaking tulong po yun. Mamaya, meron pa kayo kwento sa inyo isa pa. Meron pong, bukod sa tulong na binibigay ng Department of Science and Technology sa mga equipment, meron isang napakalaking bagay, which is the partnership between DOST, PowerTech, and the academe. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Na na-realize ng PowerTech that in the process of manufacturing, kailangan natin ng mga raw materials. At ang karamihan pala ng raw materials natin ay hindi available sa Pilipinas. Magkukulat po kayo, bumibili kayo ng malunggay capsule sa mga butika, eh hindi pala galing Pilipinas ang malunggay na yan. Galing Vietnam, galing China. Eh sabi ko, bakit? Ang dami-daming malunggay. Wala pa ng commercial grade na mga raw materials tayo. Kaya nag-decide tayo na magkakaroon ng plantation. Unang-una po dyan sa tulong ni Undersecretary Sergio Mabora, at nung siya pa yung Regional Director sa Region 2 at ni President Rick Marapino ng Isabela State University, nag-decide tayo na magkakaroon ng taniman sa ISU Model Farm. Sumuporta ang DOST sa pagbibigay ng mga equipment na kung saan matatala doon ang mga raw materials, mapaprocess by afternoon, finished powdered, vacuum sealed na siya. That is an example of a partnership between the DOST, PowerTech, and the academe. Ngayon po, nag-progress na yung partnership ngayon. Tinatanim natin sa Isabela is hybrid turmeric. Alam niyo po ba yung luyang dilaw? Hindi ko lang kalilit ang luyang dilaw. Maliit lang, 300 grams lang, 200 grams. Ang hybridized natin na turmeric sa Isabela is 5 kilos, 8 feet tall. As of this moment, we have 200,000 plants. And by end of this year, we will have 800,000. Yun ang kailangan natin na padamihin, tuloy-tuloy, itinatanim ng community, i-harvest natin at gagawin gamot ng PowerTech. Yun po, at meron din tayong partnership sa tulong ng DOST sa Nueva Ecija University sa Gabaldon. Malaking tulong po si ating Director Sikat ang ganda ng facility na binigay sa atin sa Gabaldon. And we are moving forward with that. At ganoon na rin po ang ating partnership sa Mariano Marcos State University. Yung ating black garlic ay pinarangalan. Pwede na ba yung kwento? Okay, siguro. Ay, kwento ko na. At ang most recent po, itong napakalaking tulong ng DOST, ang BIST or BIST program, na kung saan nagbigay ang DOST ng tulong na mahigit 37 million sa PowerTech to provide para makatulong sa isolation of active pharmaceutical ingredients na nagagaling sa mga high-value crops. Ito pong, bakit po ba tayo meron ganitong okasyon ngayon? Last week, ang Pilipinas ay na-represent namin nagpunta sa Poland. Ano po ba meron sa Krakow, Poland last week? Maybe Rigel can tell us a little bit more about that.
We had this convention called the Innovate 2024, where many countries around the world joined this innovation convention. Around over 25 countries and over 200 entries participated in this competition, where there were about 20 categories, including pharmaceutical industry, which we joined. Now, when we entered this contest, we were thinking this will be very tough. The jury is experienced, they've judged competitions all over the world. This is a tough field because the Philippines has never joined this event before. However, we came in determined, we came in with a lot of help and support from the different organizations and agencies helping PowerTech. Together, of course, with our companion from FRIS, our President Ronald Pagsahan, together with all the other help we've had from the UST, Mariano Marcos State University, and of course the hardworking staff from PowerTech. Now, to continue with this, we came in with 3 entries. PiPure, which is our flagship invention, Black Garlic, which is our collaboration between Mariano Marcos State University and PowerTech, and also our latest project, CanCure, which will be our medical cannabis project as soon as medical cannabis is legalized. Now, how did this go? We came in fully prepared, we came in setting up the booths, and even though we were only a group of 3 people, even though only my dad was there setting up the booths early, while everyone else was running around him, he was setting up the booths because he came in early. Through all the hard work, through all the dedication, we thought that even if we just get 1 gold award, that would be good. And then when the judges came in, the judges were very stringent. They're saying we want to give an award here, we want to give an award here, but they never said that you could have gold in more than one. In fact, we came in expecting that maybe if we're lucky, we'll get gold, silver, and bronze. We'll sweep all 3 positions. We'll be happy even with just that. However, it reached a point that during the convention, we were very fortunate because not only did the required jury come in, even judges of the other exhibits, of the other types of inventions, they went and checked our booth also. So when the organizer told us, how many judges judge your booth? We said 6, 7. They only needed 4 judges. The 3 judges came in from other categories, from engineering, I think there's one from the young entrepreneurs, and then there's one from, I think, the gadgets, yes, the gadgets and drones. So we said, why did those judges come in here? So they were very interested in our product. They were very interested in the fact that we didn't just have the theory, we had the theory in action. We had it, we conducted research, and now we have the final product. And they were very impressed. To the point that when it came to the awarding, the organizer, the director of Innovate himself said that we cannot give a bronze medal, we cannot give them a silver medal. We gave them gold medals for what they did. Yes, gold medals. And to top it all off, despite the fact that we were facing large delegations from Poland, from Iran, from other countries around the world, at the very end, we were staying there, then we started receiving the special awards. We were receiving them one after another as judges from as far as Romania were saying that we appreciate the effort, we appreciate all the work that you've done. We received our first special award for PiPure, followed by the Black Garlic, which also received another special award, finally, at the very end of the convention, while we were waiting, while everyone was already cleaning up, while everyone was already prepared to leave, we were waiting. Who would receive the grand prize? When we looked around, there was this other competition we had, a big university, an old university from Europe that received over 10 awards. And we were thinking, will this university receive the biggest prize? Because they already came in with so many awards, their representative, he can't hold the medals anymore. He accidentally dropped some of the medals because he had 10 plus. But then when we were waiting, and then all of a sudden, they made a mistake, a technical difficulty in the screen. They announced the grand prize belongs to CanCure from PowerTech. So it was ahead of time. The suspense was gone, but we were very, very happy. We received the award ahead of time. So by the time we received it, we were very happy. We were announcing the news to everybody. In fact, we want to continue.
Opo, kabilang sa kabilang sa mga nag-join sa competition ay yung mga iba't ibang hindi lang universities even organizations. There's this one, Poland Military Institute, kung sa atin ay PMA. Ang kanilang entry, tangke de guerra, military drone, o isasakay ng tangke, pantawid sa ilog. Sa kanilang category, nanalo sila. Sa overall, nagpangalawa po sila. Tinalo po sila ng CanCure na gawang Pilipinas. Ano po ba ang CanCure? Ito po ay hindi pa legal sa Pilipinas. Ang mamaya-kwento ko rin sa inyo, pero legal sa Poland. Kaya dinala namin sa Poland ito. Cannabis is anti-anxiety, depression, for pain, halimbawa may cancer pain, at saka yung mga nagki-chemotherapy hindi na makakain. Curcumin, PyCure, is anti-cancer. So we combine for pain, for appetite, and anti-cancer, yun ang nanalo ng grand prize galing sa Pilipinas po ang ating CanCure. Tinalo yung tangke de guerra ng Poland. Baka po nagtatanong kayo tungkol sa tungkol sa legalization ng cannabis sa Philippines. Maganda na po, malapit na.
Congratulations, Richard.
Can we open the Q&A?
All right.
Mike, hold your place.
Asan yung volume sa mic? Buksan na natin yung question and answer, Q&A portion. Andyan yung mikropono. Pakisabi yung name and your entity, your organization.
Do you have your microphone? May microphone na po dyan.
Pakibanggit yung kung inyong network o entity.
Transfer the mic.
No battery, no battery.
Ano lang ako dito sa CanCure.
May na yung mic mo, ano?
May labas na ako.
Yung pinawag ko sa'yo.
Naka-long press.
May ano na ako. Pinurad ko siya.
Tungkol po sa CanCure.
Nung isang araw pa.
What makes CanCure stand out as the best medical cannabis product?
Mari ko po nga sagutin yun. Bakit nag-stand out ang CanCure? Sa Israel, legal ang cannabis. 95% ng reseta doon, maski sa loob ng ospital, ini-smoke, sinisigarilyo. Sa Poland, legal ang cannabis, sinisigarilyo din yun. Ibig sabihin, isang taong may cancer, dadala ng nurse ng sigarilyo, i-smoke niya, papanoorin yung nurse. Which is, di ba, may kumakalat, depende sa pagkakahit-hit niya. Ilang milligrams ng CBD, ng THC, CBN, CBG, ang kanyang inhale. Hindi natin alam. Depende gano'ng kalalim ang kanyang pagkaka-inhale. Ang CanCure ay gumamit tayo ng mga isolates. At bilang natin ilang milligrams, control siya. Ilang milligrams ng CBD nakalagay. Ilang milligrams ng THC per capsule nakalagay siya. Kaya very specific, very precise. Pag nilunok mo yon, alam natin ilang milligrams ang papasok sa iyo. And then we added PiCure, nagkaroon siya ng entourage effect. Minsan po, kapag gumamit ng cannabis, bidirectional. Sa iba, energetic. Sa iba, sleepy. Hindi alam. Nung nilagyan ng PiCure, naging predictable ang effect ng CanCure. At saka hindi na kailangan siyang mataas ang dosage. Low dose, amplified siya ng piperine.
Thank you.
First of its kind.
Isa pa, Doc. How does the success of CanCure reflect the innovation ecosystem capabilities of the Philippines in the field of medical cannabis?
Alright, I'll take this one. The success of CanCure in the Philippine medical cannabis industry is proof that the Philippines can stand toe-to-toe against the big names around the world. Even though medical cannabis is legalized in the US for a long time already, even though medical cannabis is legalized in many countries around Europe and in other countries around Asia, why did the Philippine medical cannabis win? And to tell you, we weren't the only medical cannabis entry in this convention. Yes, even Iran had their own entry, and our entry stood out because we had several advantages. First off, our method of delivery. There are medical cannabis available that are controlled doses, but those are extremely expensive, which are usually from the big pharma. You might have heard of it before, but they're extremely expensive and very difficult. At the same time, once again, it still has the problem of the bidirectional effect. If you take CBD and THC without any other agents together, you don't know if you're going to be hit or miss, whether you're going to feel energetic or you're going to feel tired, or if you're going to start seeing things, you don't know. The advantage of PiCure or CanCure in this combination is that we use the best of the Philippine medical industry here. We use advantages of our special hybrid turmeric with its higher terpene content, piperine, together with what we've researched from medical cannabis to create a product where we have predictable results in an affordable and easy to manage manner. So what we have here is we don't need people to take high dosages to feel the effect. We just need them to take consistent dosage with a predictable delivery. The effects of piperine and curcumin here improve not just the pain. It doesn't just reduce your cancer pain, it helps fight cancer. It doesn't just help with anxiety and the depression, but it also helps protect your brain. It helps with your neuroprotective effects, which also deals with one of the possible side effects of too much THC. So our combination of CanCure stood out because the panel, they read it, they saw the effects, and they may or may not have tested it themselves to see how effective it was during the convention. You want to do that? Papa?
CanCure is legal in Poland. During the first 2 days ng convention o ng contest, merong ilang judges nagsabi, I'm so tired, we're so stressed. Ganun daw sila habang nag-check dun sa ating booth. Actually, before we went there, we already submitted all the technical papers, all the presentations, all the video, ginawa ni Nigel, have already been sent and kumbaga pre-evaluated na. Pagdating doon, alam nila na meron tayong CanCure. Sabi na, so stressed, I cannot sleep. Sabi ko, binigyan ko na isang bote. Ito sa'yo, ito sa'yo. Ito, take it tonight. Pagdating ng mga all smiling, all happy, ang mga judges. Grand prize!
Thank you.
Yeah. State your name and your organization, please.
Hello, good afternoon po sa lahat. My question is addressed to sa mga po na scientist at doktor na si Raquel Gomez at Richard Nixon Gomez. Sir, my question is ano pong sikreto ng mag-amang Gomez at nasumpit natin ang 3 medalyang dito sa Poland?
Masasabi ko po dyan ay pagiging matapat lang. Gawin lang talaga ng tama. Gawin lang ng maayos. At kung makakasama nyo kami sa trabaho, baka mapapansin po ninyo naka-online kami, umaga, tanghali, gabi, madaling araw, hanggang umaga ulit. Nagtatrabaho lang po kami ng dire-diretso lamang po. Kung ano yung trabaho dapat gawin, ginagawa lamang po namin.
Good afternoon po, Noliwan and pero ay sector na to. Asa nabanggit po na malaki na tulong na DOST bilang setup adapters. Then, yung ibang gustong nagtayo ng negosyo or yung existing nandito, paano po sila magiging setup adapters na tulad na naging successful ng bawat?
Alam niyo naman, wala kaming pinipili na hindi tutulungan. Basta una, 3 taon na sila nag-ooperate. Sila ay lisensyado ng DTI at nagbabayad ng tax. Pangalawa, kailangan magpakita sila nung ano ang paggagamitan ng kanilang uutangin at kailangan nating makita yung feasibility study na yung kanilang negosyo o business ay talagang kikita para naman hindi sila lugi at parang makabayad sila ng kanilang utangin. Kasi ang ating set-up financial assistance ay payable in 3 years without interest. Usually yan to procure equipment, pero may kasabay ng technical guidance ng DOST. At ang business model ng DOST, tulad ni Dr. Richard, is we will link our assisted enterprises with other efforts from the academy or other communities para may value chain tayo. So sa kanila, from small, from micro small, naging medium na sila. Yun yung ating target. Yung micro maging small, yung small maging medium, yung medium maging large. May graduation. Pero ang ating pinapakiusap, bitbitin nila yung iba pang tinutulungan ng DOST. At yun yung ginagawa nila. So, sa ating set-up program ay up to 5 million ang pwede i-approve ng ating mga regional directors sa kasalukuyan. Ito po yung pagbabago. Kung gusto pa nilang mas mataas, pwede pa silang humingi pero dadaan na sa using for operation at kung humingi pa sila, dadaan na sila sa Executive Committee ng DOST. Now, ang ating tulong sa DOST hindi lang sa nabanggit ni Dr. Richard kanina, yung business innovation through science and technology or BIST. Kapag ang isang kampanya ay mayroong kakayahang mag-research, may research and development arm, pero wala pa silang capital to procure additional equipment, pwede silang bigyan ng financial assistance ng DOST. Pero again, just like set-up, payable in 3 years without interest. So, pinakahuling tulong natin sa PowerTech ay yung binanggit kanina na 37.25 million project. Pero ito ay napaka-moderno ng research to extract and process high-purity bioactive compounds. Kaya nga yung CanCure, ganun ang ginawa nila. So, mas higher, mas competitive tayo ngayon kapag tinutulungan natin lalo ang isang successful organization na nakapag-develop pa ng mga product that can really benefit. Now, ang issue ngayon is yung programa ng DOST to accelerate innovation in the Philippines. Pero beyond the Philippines, we want to propel innovation from the Philippines to other countries. So yung CanCure na yan, magandang produkto. Pero hindi nila yan mapuproduce sa Pilipinas. Sa kasalukuyan, habang walang batas that would enable them to produce. Pag walang batas, ang option nila ay mag-produce sa ibang bansa. Lugi ang Pilipinas kasi hindi tayo kukita doon. Sila kikita at yung ibang bansa. So, maliban sa innovation, dapat may policies tayo ng batas that will support innovation.
Mariano Matos, collaborate sa inyong pagkakapanalo, tama? project po ninyo sa CLSU ninyo, anong latest na po?
Unahin ko lang po sa Mariano Marcos State University sa pangunguna ni Dr. Shirley Agrupi sa kanilang Pangulo, represented today by Dr. Johnny Buha, po siya, no? Bago pa dumating ang Powertech, merong collaboration ang MMSU at saka isang university sa Japan. Nagkaroon ng sharing ng technology to produce black garlic. At ang black garlic is very high on some compounds including S-acetylcysteine, including GABA, and many other compounds. Just to give you an idea, may kilala po ba kayo nagkaroon ng cancer sa bituka? Colon cancer. Pagkatapos operahan, kailangan mag-chemotherapy. Diba? Yung chemotherapy na yun, ano yung drugs talaga, i-inject yun, several sessions, 6 sessions, 8 sessions, 12 sessions. Gaano kalakas ang compound na pwede mabuha sa black garlic? Equal to the chemotherapy drug para sa colon cancer. Tabla. Kaya ang laki nung potential niya. And then later on, realized that MMSU na ang kanilang ng purity nung APIs nang galing sa Philippines is better than those from Japan. Tama po ba? Dapat mapakinabangan natin ito. Nung nagkakilala po ang MMSU at ang Powertech sa tulong ng DOST, ang nakita po natin is black garlic, yung fermented siya na bubong black garlic. I said we should convert that into commercial product. Yung conversion na yun, yan na po ang makikita ninyo ngayon doon, naka-capsule, ready to take, more stable, 2 years na kanilang expiry. Kaya siya ay nagkamit ng Gold Award sa Pharma category at nabigyan siya ng special award. Nagbigyan special award doon ang government of Hungary, if I'm not mistaken. Binigay pa sa black garlic po na MMSU. Palapakan po natin sila. And you're also asking about CLSU. Ang CLSU po, doon po natin ilalagay yung BIST na grant ng DOST. Tayo ay binigyan ng 16 hectares na land doon sa Central Luzon State University, 4 hectares of which will be converted to science, research, and manufacturing facility. Magkakaroon din tayo ng training and research institute. Magkakaroon tayong herbal processing facility. Anong dapat January 1 tayo take over, kaya may mga settlers doon. April 1 lang naka-take over ang Powertech. And then we demolished everything. I think by now we're about 90% done sa demolition ng lahat ng buildings na luma na nandun. After demolishing everything, dun po tayo magsisimula magtayo. It might take about 3 years bago po natin yan ma-accomplish. Yeah.
Sir, Michael Rogas po from Radyo Pilipinas. Sir, for the past how many years, at bakit nabanggit nyo kanina, itong panibagong invention na ito ay hindi mapapakinabangan ng Pinoy dahil hindi pa legal ang paggamit ng medical marijuana dito po sa Pilipinas. Nakakapanghinayang na marinig yung ganitong klaseng sitwasyon at senaryo na panibagong invention ng Pinoy ay hindi na naman po natin mapapakinabangan at nakakabahala na parang ang ibang bansa pa ulit ngayon ang unang makikinabang sa invention po ito ng Pilipino. Secretary, paano po natin matitiyak na itong panibagong invention ng Pilipino na ito sa mga susunod na mga panahon ay talagang Pinoy ho ang unang makikinabang?
Well, unang-una, sa ecosystem ng innovation, kailangan ng science, technology, innovation. Kailangan mo ng enabling policies and laws so that the innovation can be mass-produced in the country. So yun talaga yung formula. I think, wala pa namang transfer ng technology sa ibang bansa, but that's a possibility. Naman si Dr. Gomez, patriotic din naman to. Sinasabi ko lang, na minsan yung innovation, pag hindi mabilis ang bansa to facilitate the mass production of very good innovation, hindi mo naman mapipigilan yung ating mga innovators to have it produced in other countries. So, sinabi lang, siyempre medical cannabis siya. Pero ang kaibahan nito is an extracted product, hindi yung leaves mismo. And because of the fact that they can control the dosage, the more it is effective, control mo rin yung mangyayaring epekto sa tao. And that is why they won the grand prize. Now, so yun po yung formula. And pagdating po sa ibang mga produkto, marami po kaming pinaplano sa DOST that will really benefit our inventors and technology producers by facilitating the link between the researcher, inventor with capitalists or investors. And we will provide the legal support, the other support that we have in DOST, even the market intelligence or developing platforms that would enable technology producer or investors or capitalists to ask questions. Ano ba ibig sabihin ito? Mag-develop po tayo ng ala ChatGPT na platform para kung magtatanong ang ating mga Pilipinong inventor or researcher or businessman, meron bang ganitong produkto? Ito bang produkto ito pwede bang ibenta sa ibang bansa? May ano bang kakulangan sa ibang bansa? So, the platform is to facilitate discussion among scientists, researcher, inventor, and business people, investors, and capitalists. So, but again, enabling laws and policies must be there as well.
Nakakalungkot po dahil wala pa pala tayong patas para ko dyan.
Mayroon siyang magandang balita. Bago ka magpatuloy, ipasa ko na muna sa ang microphone sa kanya.
Maraming salamat po. Magbabalita lang po ako sa inyo. Para maging legal ang cannabis sa Pilipinas, kailangan ito ay ipasa sa Senado, sa Kongreso, at pirmahan ng Pangulo. Noong Marso, hinain na, nag-sponsor na ng bill, medical cannabis bill sa Senate, si Senator Robin Padilla. At nabigla kaming lahat. Nag-co-sponsor si Senator Bato de la Rosa, isang #1 na anti-drug crusader. Sabi niya, hindi niya kayang tiisin ang mga sakit ng mga Pilipino na hindi mabigyan ng medical cannabis. Ang sisiguraduhin niya ang enforcement. So that was filed in Senate. Yesterday, last day of Congress, nag-file si Congressman Ace Barbers. Siya ang chairman on the Congress Committee on Dangerous Drugs. Nag-file siya ng medical cannabis bill. At sinundan ni Congressman Tonopet Alman ng Isabela. At marami pa, ang dami nila, nag-co-author. Ang nakakagulat po dito, instead of sponsorship lang kahapon, immediately ipinasa at umabot pa up to second reading at ipinasa. Unanimous ang vote sa Congress. Ano na lang natitira? July 24 SONA, July 25 ita third reading. Ano po ibig sabihin pag third reading? Wala nang interpolation, walang discussion, walang amendment, botohan na lang diretso sa July 25. Ano ang chances na makakuha tayo ng majority? I would say very good kasi yesterday the objections was 0. Walang nag-object kahapon. So malaki po ang chances natin sa Kongreso. Sa Senado, i-under po siya. Inaasahan po siya if everything works well, nasa kamay na po ng Pangulo by December of this year. Sana po magkatotoo.
Okay. Thank you so much. Last question po on my part. Sakali man na maging available ito sa market, magkano po ang isang tableta o ang isang botelya po ng Canfor? Thank you so much.
Hindi pa po natin masasagot eksakto, pero just to give you an idea, kami po sa PowerTech ay gumagawa ng gamot, drugs, cosmetics, supplements. Paano na, maybe I can just give you an estimate. Meron po mga drugs na ginagawa sa ibang bansa na kayang gawin ng PowerTech. Pag ginawa namin, nasa mga 20% lang ang cost. 25% or even 15%. Noong panahon ng pandemic, meron isang gamot na ginagamit sa ospital, Molnupiravir. Ang Molnupiravir, 5 days treatment yan, 35,000 pesos. Ang 5 days treatment. Ginagawa namin radyo, 700 pesos lang eh. Exact duplicate nung ginagamit sa ospital. Kaya lang, para maaprubahan pa ng FDA, matatapos ng COVID. Kaya hindi na namin in-apply. So, if you will follow the same logic, magkano ba ang medical cannabis sa abroad? Multiply by maybe 15%, and that will be our local cost.
One of the purposes of having this press conference is not only to be proud of what our Filipino inventors and the assistance that DOST and the Academy have provided to them, but also to bring to the public the product that we can actually have more income in the country. But that would need some laws and policies to support that. Para lang sa kamalayan ng ating mga mambatas, mayroon tayong produkto, nanalo na. Kung baga, ang sabi ka ng iba, panalo na sa ibang bansa, hindi pa aprobado.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Congratulations, Doc. Okay, you're putting the Philippines sa mapa, diba? For the first time. Sa mga international convention, alam ko marami kang naatinan. Kaya ba natin dito sa Pilipinas magkaroon ng international convention like sa Poland na susuportahan ng DOST? That's one way. Kasi kung magkaroon ng ganon, yung mga local inventor, makikita rin ng ibang mga taga-ibang bansa.
Well, pag-hosting ng international convention, madalas na kami mag-host. Pero alam mo, maganda rin makita na we need more infrastructure to hold very big convention. Nandiyan yung PICC, pero maliit na yan. So, I hope that we can have better facilities for bigger convention that will add on to the tourism part of our work. And having technologies, hindi lang naman ito eh. Yung ating mga disaster technologies are world class. If we can invite more people to come to the Philippines by having this kind of convention, I think we can. But of course, we need more hotels and more convention centers that are big to accommodate a bigger number of attendees. But yes, DOST can actually host some of this. Ginagawa na natin yan.
Thank you.
Hello po. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. I'm Bel Suraro po from Radio Aguilar Net 25. Ang sa akin po naman sa medical aspect, alam po natin na napakaraming uri ng cancer po, di po ba? At iba't iba rin po ang mode of treatment po, di po ba? So, ito pong produkto nito, masasabi po ba natin na cures all? And also, another po is, tumataas po ang bilang ng mga bata po na dinadapuan ng iba't ibang uri ng cancer, and one is that. And ang isa po sa mas mataas ang bilang, marami po ay yung po leukemia po ba? So, makatutulong po kaya itong produktong ito sa mga cancer po natin sa Pilipinas, kasi dapat sa Pilipinas, di po ba, dahil gusto nga natin na tumulong. Sabi nga po ni Sek kanina, yung innovation, kailangan yan. Sabi nga, pagka walang batas, di ba, ang option sa ibang bansa. So, yung tanong ko po ay, okay po.
So, thank you for your question. It's a very good question. Normally, when you say something cures all, or when it's too good to be true,
yes,
it's too good to be true.
Yes.
So we don't say that PyCure cures all. We say it's anti-cancer, but it is also a complementary medicine. Why is it complementary? We recommend that if someone has cancer, that we still do all the normal conventional treatment, from the laboratory testing, to the chemotherapy, to the surgeries, all that's needed. Now, how does PyCure help? PyCure helps through several methods. The first method is it stops the angiogenesis or the production of new blood cells around the cancer area, meaning it starves the cancer cells. It does not kill it by itself. It's not something you could sprinkle in your cancer. So if you have, let's say, throat cancer or breast cancer, you cannot sprinkle it on your body. That's not how it works. At the same time, it helps reduce the production, or it causes apoptosis, or the cell death of cancer cells. So it helps cause the cancer cells to die. But by itself, it is not the only solution. The reason why we say that it is complementary is that when you take it together with chemotherapy, surgery, radiation, your chances of survival increase. They increase by as much as 75%, for example, in breast cancer. Now, as for kids with leukemia, there are several reasons why kids have more cases of leukemia nowadays. First is healthcare is getting more accessible for the Filipinos. I mean, whether or not you like it, the Philippines is getting better, slowly. Healthcare is getting more accessible, more kids get tested, more kids find out they have cancer. That's true. And before, lots of kids died for no reason. Nowadays, you can tell, oh, they have cancer. Next, for leukemia, PineCure does have benefits for leukemia, particularly childhood leukemia, which I bet he can explain more.
By the way, both Rigel and I are licensed naturopath practitioners. We take about 100 patients every day. The #1 case that we handle is cancer. PineCure is not a cure-all. There's no such thing as cure-all. Pero sabi nga ni Rigel, dalawa ang kanyang mechanism of action. Tumor, may mga ugat sa paligid ng tumor, it stops the growth of blood vessels around the tumor. Hindi makakarating ang sustansya sa tumor. Second, it induces apoptosis. Nagpapakamatay ang cancer cells. Over several years, we have used this for more than 100,000 cancer patients in the Philippines. Oh, by the way, this is the first and only Philippine-made food supplement approved by the German FDA.
Thank you, sir. Meron pa po akong isang concern, sir. Meron pa po akong isang concern, sir. Ngayon po, napakaganda po ng ginagawa ng ilang mga babatas po natin and also PhilHealth. Kasi in-include po nila, meron silang Z-package cancer. So, naisip ko lang, kung makikipag-collaborate po tayo dun sa mga mambabatas na tumutulong po para po makatulong sa mga cancer patient po. Dahil yung iba nga pong cancer patient, walang access po, di po ba, sa medicine. So, kung yung mga mambabatas ay, yung sabi nyo nga po, third reading na, di po ba? Tama?
Going for third.
Sana, no? Makakatulong po siguro kung meron pong kolaborasyon na naisip ko lang kasi nung na-interview ko po ang PhilHealth, meron silang C-package cancer. Tapos sa mga magbabatas, na-interview ko po yung congressman na willing din na magkaroon po ng budget para po matulungan yung mga cancer patient po. And naisip ko po na ito pong produkto natin, ilabi po natin.
Sana po makarating kay Congressman Gato. Siya ang chairman ng Committee on Health ng Congress. Sana po makarating sa kanya.
Hindi ganoon kasimple ang sinabi mo. Unang-una, kailangan mapasa yung batas para makapag-allow ng production. Second, pagdating sa PhilHealth and DOH, para maisama yan sa listahan ng gamot na pwede nilang isama sa package, dapat maaprubahan ng FDA. Pangalawa, dapat pumasa yan sa Health Technology Assessment Council.
By the way, talking of collaboration, meron pong ongoing collaboration between the UPBGH. Meron po silang mga doctors doon na pediatric oncologist. Ibig sabihin, mga doktor ng bata nag-specialize sa cancer, and most of their cases are childhood leukemia, and they are administering PineCure. Yung mga pasyente po nila in collaboration with us.
Follow up po, sir. Na-mention niyo po na nasa third reading na, pasok sigurado na may papasa. Yung sistema ng pagtatanim po ng cannabis, paano pong gagawin natin dito? Possible po bang collaboration sa ibang SUC? Thank you po.
Tungkol po sa pagtatanim ng cannabis, ito po ay magdidepende sa implementing rules and regulations na siya rin gagawin pagkatapos magpirmahan ng Pangulo. Pero base po sa proposed House Bill and Senate Bill, cultivation is only based sa license na ibibigay ng gobyerno. Sa ngayon po, tinitignan ng Speaker of the House is nasa 10 lisensya lang ibibigay niya muna sa cultivation. Hindi pwede lahat, pwede magtanim ng maesa, palay at cannabis. Parang 10 lisensya lang muna ibibigay nila. Kailangan fully fenced, secure, lock, CCTV, may police security at may private security pa sa loob para walang kakalat. At yun po ay maring multi-purpose cooperative, maring LGU, maring SUC, maring private individuals. Basta makapasa at mabigyan ng lisensya ng gobyerno. Ang propose po ay Medical Cannabis Office ang magbibigay ng lisensya.
Good afternoon, Doc. From Philippine Information Agency po. Sir, curious lang ako kasi earlier, we had our drug test sa office in the workplace. So, since the government is promoting drug-free workplace, curious lang ako, sir, kung kasama po ba sa bill or in ano po ba? Kasi nabanggit ako niya, curated po yung contents ng CanCure. Pag sir, nagtitake po ba nito, magpa-positive po ba sa drug test? And just in case, sir, dun po sa proposed bill, sir, kasama rin po ba yung exemption ng medical cannabis sa drug testing, sir?
The moment this is legalized in the Philippines, malamang ay tatanggalin na rin siya doon. At saka this is by prescription only. But kapag niresetahan ka, yun na yung excuse letter mo dun sa urine test. Actually, sa ihi, ang hinahanap lang dyan ay yung residue ng THC, tetrahydrocannabinol. Ang CanCure contains 0.2% only. Very small, very insignificant. Bakit meron siyang THC? O bakit napakababa niyan? Worldwide, kapag less than 0.3% ang THC content, it is considered almost zero na siya. Ang mataas sa kanya ay 20 mg o 25 mg is the CBD na siya ginagamit natin for pain at makatulog mabuti yung may cancer. Yung THC is very insignificant, malamang hindi nalalabas sa ihi.
Meron ba kayong tanong na hindi na doon sa pinagbabawal na ano?
Next. Ito na yung mic natin.
Ito po. Yung text ay palita daw po kung ano yung naging impact sa PowerTech dun sa ginanap na international convention sa Poland. In general, dito rin sa ating mga inventor na lokal. Ano po yung inspirasyon na may share ng PowerTech sa naging experience doon sa Poland Convention?
Right, thank you for that question. Actually, thanks to our impact, thanks to what happened, thanks to the awards that we received during the convention, there were very interested Europeans in our products. In fact, to reach a point where there's a large manufacturing company that wanted to distribute our products all over Europe, and not just Europe, even in the Middle East. And then not only were they involved, there was even a large, there's a Polish legal agency asking us, these are the steps you need to patent the products and register them in Poland. You can do this immediately if you work with us. So they want us to have the whole thing already, from our products to registering in Poland to distributing around Europe. That's what they wanted. The moment we impressed them, they wanted it to be sold in Poland. So they already know that CanCure can't be sold in the Philippines yet. So they're thinking, okay, we could sell it in Poland now. It's legal in Poland now. They want to sell it there. And then they ask, can we sell it in the Middle East? It's halal. Okay, we'll sell it in the Middle East. So now that our products are legal there and they see the opportunity, they want to be the first ones. And even here and before, countries, especially Europeans and Americans, they want to buy our products. The problem sometimes is they want to buy the patent of the product, which is a very different story. Now, if we want to sell the product, we have all the permits, we have all the research, and they like it, to the point that they're giving us offers, and we will get back to them as soon as after this press conference ends.
Good news.
By the way, please allow me to welcome our guest for tonight, Ms. Annie Antelar. She's the consultant of former President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo, and she was tasked to shepherd the cannabis bill in both Congress and Senate. And I think she's doing a very good job.
Habang nag-isip kayo ng tanong, let me just share what are the other things that are happening in the UST. Marami kaming traditional research na alam nyo, but we have big ticket R&D programs. One is AI virtual hub that can use AI for different fields. We're also developing biology in pharma, and this is an example. Kasi biology in pharma will actually enable the Philippines compete with other pharma all over the world Not in the sense that we will be mass producing the same medicine that are being sold in other countries. Mahirap na labanan yan. But ang labanan dyan is the innovation in using biology in producing new and innovative products that can be leading the global problem. So, what we want in biologics in pharma is to advance therapeutic options in the pharmaceutical industry. Development of novel biologic drugs, no? Such as antibodies, vaccines, cell therapies, and gene therapies. Ito, kaya parati namin sinishare ito para malaman nyo na anybody is welcome to work with us. Development of precision medicine and personalized treatments tailored to individual patient profiles. Parang ginagawa nila. So this is an example of an endeavor that we have in the US. Thank you.
Any more questions? Yeah.
Dito po sa malaking pagkilala na ibinigay at natanggap ng CanCure.
Palagay ko po ay naging bahagi ang DOST sa pamamagitan ng graduate program na nagbibigay po ng daan para makakuha ng pondo ang mga research institutions at research organizations na makapagtuklas ng panibagong mga produkto kagaya po ng ginawa ng biotech. So malaking daan ito para sa mga researchers, sa mga scientists, sa mga innovators na makakuha ng pondo at madagdagan ang kanilang resources para po makagawa ng produkto.
Gusto ko rin sabihin, patagal ko rin kinukumpit siya ang presidente ng Filipino Inventor Society na yung mga inventors natin, kapag hinaluan nila ng research yung kanilang invention, mas madaling makilala at marami pagpatok, marami ang lalapit sa iyo kasi may research. So, may basis. So, this is an example of such kind of endeavor. Sila ay researcher, inventor.
So, good afternoon. So, Mike Buyago sa DSXL Armin Manila. So, later on, kapag marangkada na itong at na-legalize na itong cannabis dito sa bansa at talagang mag-full blast na itong yung production ng CanCure, ang naisip nyo ba na kung sakaling pagtatanim itong mga cannabis, itong mga marijuana, dahil minsan sobrang init ng El Nino and minsan sobrang ulan naman because of La Nina, yung masyadong erratic na weather natin, is it conducive for us na makapagtanim dito ng marijuana? Makakailangan ko ng malaking plantation dito
Maraming salamat po sa katanungan. Bago po natin pinasok ang mundo ng cannabis, pinag-aralan na po natin yan. Napakarami ng plantation, napakarami ng manufacturing facility ang nilibot namin, hindi lamang sa Asia, kundi maging sa US. Some of the best, some of the biggest names in the US, pinutahan na namin ang mga plantation ng cannabis. Pinutahan namin ang kanilang processing, ang kanilang manufacturing facility. Kasama po namin doon ang aming mga management staff, si Ms. Michelle, si Ms. Jean, si Rachel. Ito po ang aming naging commitment sa kanila. Whatever they see, in whatever country we visit, lalampasan natin sa Pilipinas yun. And yes, ang klima ng Pilipinas ay kaya mag-sustain ng pagtubo at pagtanim ng cannabis. In fact, marami naman tayong cannabis sa bundok, di ba? Please, alam natin na illegal ang cannabis. Huwag kayong magtanim ng cannabis, huwag kayong gumamit ng cannabis. Illegal yan. Pero marami sa mga bundok natin yan. Pero base sa ating pagsusuri at pag-aaral, mas matapang ang concentration ng local cannabis kaysa mga imported varieties. Kaya hindi natin kailangan mag-import ng cannabis mula sa ibang bansa. Ang gagamitin natin ay local varieties.
Alright. Meron pa magtatanong? Yes?
Jenny Mendes from DWIZ. Sir, actually natanong na lahat. Ito na lang po, kung paano tayo makakasiguro na hindi mapipeke yung produkto ng BauerTech, and kung meron ba tayong mga kasama dito na handang i-monitor yung mga produkto na ginagawa ng BauerTech para may hatid din yung magandang serbisyo sa taong bayan mismo or sa mga nangangailangan ng pasyente.
Two parts. Mula sa cultivation, yung binhi, yung itatanim, naka-QR code dyan. Meron tayo, matetest talaga siya. Yung bawat tanim kung 1,000 tinanim, may QR code yan. Pag hinarvest yun, may QR code yun, dala-dala yun. Kapag i-extract siya, kasama yung QR code nun. Hanggang siya ay manufacture maging drug, malalaman natin kung meron nawawala o hindi. That's in the process of agriculture, even up to manufacturing. Pero pagdating sa dispensing naman yan, ayon sa proposed bill, meron PIDEA database. Yung physician, magre-reseta, i-encode, i-enter sa PIDEA database yan, kung anong pangalan ng taong pwedeng bumili, ilang kapsula o ilang araw i-reseta sa kanya. Pag naubos yun, tapos na siya, kukuuli siya ng reseta. Paano mapipeke? This will only be available sa mga licensed pharmacies. Actually, ang original proposal is sa tertiary government hospitals only. Kaya walang makakasingit doon dahil from manufacturing, diretso sa government hospitals.
Alright. Other questions? That concludes our press conference. Wala na?
Pwede po ba may share ako ng konti? Bilang kasagutan po sa nabanggit ni Secretary Suludul kanina na sana we can give back to the community. Meron po tayong partnership with several universities, and one of the strong ties that we have is with MMSU. Na kung saan last year, sila ay nagpadala ng lahat ng graduating students ng College of Pharmacy. Ilang batches yun? 3 or 4 batches yun para ma-accommodate namin sila. Doon nag-internship sa BauerTech. And about 3 weeks ago, lumabas po magandang balita, Dr. Johnny, nag-number 1 sa pharmacy licensure exam ang MMSU. Tama po ba ako? 95% passing rate? 96 versus the national average of 55%.
Yung 4% hindi nag-internship.
At hindi lang po yun. Even the Academy of MMSU, ISPSC, and BIMSU ay nag-internship din po, nag-immersion sa BauerTech din po.
Paano po, may nagre-request marinig naman yung mensahe from USEC for Regional Operations, Engineer Sancho. Meron ba dyan -1?
Thank you, Sir Aquino. Unang-una po yung pagbati rin natin. Nais kong ipaabot yung ating pagbati sa BauerTech Pharmaceutical Technologies for winning the award. And I think that this is very, very timely dahil po maraming katanungan and sometimes ang ating tiwala sa ating mga Pilipino ay bumababa. Pinapakita po ng kanilang mga tropeyo yung ating nakamit. Gaya po na nabanggit ng ating kalihim kanina, importante po yung kolaborasyon, importante po yung cooperation, at importante po yung convergence. This is a product of the industry, the national government agency, plus the academy working together to produce success. Ang wish ko po sa inyo ay win again. Probably not only in Poland, but in other countries and in other continents of the world. And, well, panggitin ko lang din, nung ako ay RD sa Region 2, hindi lamang po nila iniisip yung the final product, the medical products. They are also thinking about the plight of our poor farmers. Kaya nga po, tinuruan sila kung paano magtanim, kung paano mag-standardize na kanilang mga farms. Yung modern farming techniques were also taught, and other things. Hindi po sila madamot na magturo ng technology. Kaya nga po kami ay nagpapasalamat din sa kanila dahil sa malaking tulong, hindi lamang po sa kanilang kumpanya, kundi sa ating mga magsasaka. Salamat ka, magandang gabi.
Alright. May bahabol?